369-1810 or stop by their location, 5030 South Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center, and it's cold out there. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Are you out or in? Where are you?
Yeah, I'm in my car, so I guess I'm kind of out. It's cold, Larry.
Have you been driving?
I got my beanie, I got my gloves, I'm all set.
Have you been driving long enough so the heater is working?
Oh yeah, I turned the car on about 20 minutes before I left today, and I'm still cold.
Oh, really? You just started up, and then did you start it up from inside your house? Do you have one of those?
No, I had to brave outside, and I think that's why I'm still cold.
Yeah, but it's only 4 miles from my home to here, and so by the time I get here, my car is warmed up. It's like I'm cold the whole way. I don't have a chance for it to really warm up. So.
Yeah, it's brutal.
By the way,
just it's 37-degree stuff. It's horrible.
It shows 37 is what it shows on your thing. It says 35 over here. Okay, it says 35 over here. Now listen to this. This is what I don't understand. There's a freeze warning in effect from 11 p.m. tonight to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, okay? And when you go to the AccuWeather site, which is where I'm at. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm at the National Weather Service site. At National Weather Service, okay, there's a big warning, freeze warning, in effect, Marion County, the whole thing, 28 to 32 degrees overnight tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You go to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, -2 degrees. There's no warning at all.
Well, they don't have to be warned up there. You know, I mean, they're smarter than we are. They know how to deal with this. If you notice, there's like heat index warnings for places in Florida where it should be year-round here. Have you ever noticed that? Like, when I lived in Maryland, they're like, oh, you really got to worry about the heat. I'm like, how hot is it? It's going to be 90 today. Like, okay.
Oh, I get you.
Right.
Okay, so where they're not used to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it was above freeze warning, they'd probably tell you.
Warning, it's going to be melting tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, turn off all your taps or whatever it is you do.
Yeah, what do you do, Robin, in Milwaukee? I grew up in New York, and I thought that was cold. It looks like Milwaukee is like one of the must be one of the coldest places in the country.
Oh yeah, but it's wonderful. I mean, you go out
it's
there.
It's wonderful, Galen.
You tap your spigots and. At nighttime before you go to bed. I still do that down here. I go outside and I've got 2 spigots, I tap it and make sure.
I think
Galen, you tap it like with a hammer or something?
No, you take it and then you just crack it open so it starts to trickle slowly. That way you'll help prevent the pipes from
that's
freezing.
called wasting water.
I like that term. Those tap your spigots. I like that.
Yep.
I wasn't sure where she was going with that.
Do you even have a spigot?
My pipes from freezing.
Galen, do you call it a spigot?
I have a spigot.
What do you call it?
Yeah, I understood the term spigot.
Okay. You don't call it a
faucet.
faucet.
I call it a tap or a faucet. Yeah.
If the spigot is frozen,
I think she's right. The technical term is spigot.
If the spigot is frozen, you got a faucet.
Exactly. That's when the channel locks are handy.
Get it?
Just don't snap off the top.
All right. Today is National Popcorn Day, Galen. National Popcorn Day.
Wow, it just popped right on us, huh?
So I was looking up something. I thought it'd be fun to look up something about popcorn, and I found this thing that scientists figured out how to make the perfect popcorn and stuff like that. And then it led to mysteries that we finally understand, which included how we pop popcorn. And one of them has to do with the Vel. Is it what did I say it was called again?
The Vel.
Hold on.
The VEL.
Vel-negative molecule in blood. Okay.
Oh.
So I want to read you what I found, and
Did you expect me to know that? I mean, I don't know if
I did. I thought you would know.
No, I got nothing.
You'd be tested at the end of this thing.
Well, no. Here's my guess. My guess is I'm going to read it to you, and you're going to say, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about." So, I think I think it's one of those. I really do.
All right.
So, but anyway. So, and that and other things, like for example, why the bubbles? Have you ever had what was that beer called again?
Guinness.
Have you ever had Guinness?
Yeah, the beer, sure.
Yeah, okay. According to the article, the bubbles go down. They don't rise to the top. They fall to the bottom.
That's pretty cool.
Did you know this?
I I had never really studied it. Maybe I should have another one to study it.
Yeah, I never noticed it.
But scientists have figured out why it happens. Why do the bubbles fall to the bottom in a Guinness and not rise to the top?
Mm-hmm.
I would think because they were heavier than the beer. I don't know why.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you in a second. I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
It's just like I'm going to read to you about the Vel-Negative and about the popcorn and everything else. Yeah.
All right.
I don't memorize any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know, and we'll forget it all tomorrow.
Right. No.
No, you retain it.
No. Let's be honest. There are certain things that we've talked about on this segment with you that have stuck with us.
S&H green stamps.
S&H green stamps.
Walgreens.
Building 7.
Walgreens.
Mansplaining. Mansplaining.
Yes.
Hangry stuck with me. Yes.
Hangry. Hangry is like, I hear that term all the time now.
Of course.
I know. Busking.
My son uses it all the time. Thankfully, to Larry, I know what it means. My wife had no idea. My son came over and goes, I'm just so hangry. I was like, what? Like, I know what that means. You should listen to the show. There you go.
So, okay.
Educational, informative.
So what I want to do is the first mystery that we finally understand will be about the blood so that we can continue talking about blood, and then I'll tell you the other ones. But first, how is the blood supply this day where there's a freeze warning in effect?
Yeah, again, I think I've said this a million times, but the weather is our biggest enemy in our business, and so we just need more people to get out there and donate blood, and you have to be willing to share it on a cold day like this. And we have freeze warnings all throughout Alabama and Georgia. They're worried about snow tonight, snow and ice.
Really?
So, we really need to collect a lot because we're already short from the holidays. So we're really concerned we may have to shut down our center. At least that's what we were talking about yesterday afternoon. So, especially in northeast Georgia with all those icy roads. So,
oh my!
Please just get out there and give the gift of life and donate blood.
Oh, I see. Because people will be there; they'll be in harm's way if they try to drive on the icy roads.
Yeah.
Correct. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Black
and you can't
ice.
drive a blood appeal on an icy road.
No.
It's just too much. So, when we do that, it just really impacts us. And then, if we have to have our staff drive into the center, it puts them at risk. So we're just kind of watching the weather day by, hour by hour right now. I haven't gotten an update, but we'll know something here in a couple of minutes and kind of go from there. But just please, no matter what, just get out there and give the gift of life and donate blood.
And if we provide a surplus because there's so many of us in a place that doesn't freeze, well, it'll freeze tonight, but you won't have ice on the roads. I don't think, right? But anyway, so we help out with the areas that need help. That's all.
Right.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
All right, so here we go. I have this is one of the mysteries that we finally understand. Again, this was the result of a rabbit hole, an internet term for those who don't know what that means. It was simply means I'm looking for one thing and I end up finding.
Show is. That's what we ought to call this show.
What, the rabbit hole?
Rabbit hole. Because we don't know where it's going. I think we know, but we really don't know.
And a real rabbit hole is very easy to figure out where it goes, but it all stems from the Alice in Wonderland, that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
You don't know.
I understood what you meant.
I know.
I hope everybody else did. Thank you, Larry.
I didn't know if anybody knew. All right.
You mansplaining.
All right, here we go. I mansplained. I'm
Queen of
sorry.
Hearts is right around the corner.
What?
Oh, you did good. You did good. The Queen of Hearts is right around the corner.
That's right.
Joe is the Queen of Hearts.
All right, most of us know the 8 common types of blood: A, B, and O, right? A, B,
Correct.
A, B, and O. And then, of course, there's a positive and negative. That makes them 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then times 2. Each of which can be negative.
Well, no. There's 6 times. There's 4 times 2. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Each of which can be negative or positive for the rhesus D antigen, as Galen tells us all the time, right? But it says here, in reality, there are millions of varieties of blood.
Correct.
During a blood transfusion, if you receive a type of blood with an antigen that you don't have, you can have a dangerous immune reaction to the infused blood. In the early 1950s, doctors discovered a rare blood type called Vel-Negative, V-E-L, Vel-Negative, that causes violent rejection of blood transfusions. About 1 in 2,500 people have it.
Gosh.
But it took another 60 years for doctors to find the molecule, a protein called SMIM1. SMIM1, that created the Vel-negative blood type and developed 2 rapid DNA-based tests to identify it. These tests can be done in just a few hours. It's usually a crisis when you need a transfusion, said Bill Bailiff from the University of Vermont. For those rare Vel-negative individuals in need of a blood transfusion, this is a potentially life-saving time frame.
Gosh.
So there you go. So they figured something out in your business. Had you ever heard of this before?
No, but no, I haven't heard of that one specifically. But things like that come up almost every day. Where I think people really underestimate just what is in your blood and what it means. And I think when people say the lifeblood of something, I think they're starting to put it into perspective of your blood carries everything that you are in you all the time to every part of your body. And it's the one thing you can't live without. We have proven that you can live without a heart. We could put you on a heart machine. We could put you on. You can live for a short time without a liver or a kidney, or even your lungs. We could put you on a machine, but we cannot put you on a machine where you do not have blood. And there's so many things that encapsulates, and that people just don't appreciate it. So, and we're finding out more and more about our blood supply every day.
Wow, that's interesting.
Every single day.
So this, because I guess it was in the 1950s that doctors discovered this thing, 1950s, but it wasn't until 60 years later, which means that in the course of time that you've been working for LifeSouth, this was introduced into your profession.
Sure. And again, I'm not nearly that shocked about it. We're doing a research grant right now with a few of our children's hospitals, where we're doing this whole research on blood collected in the immediate area of where a patient lives and what that means for the actual matching of the unit. So what we've always kind of thought is, okay, so if I collect the unit in California, as long as it matches this patient, no big deal. But what they're finding is the closer in proximity that unit is collected, the better off the patient is.
Really?
And I think that has, it kind of goes against everything, but it has more to do with probably our tribal sense, and that we stay around with people we know and that we're related to and that we're comfortable with. And I think it has more to do to that. But there's a huge study going on. We got funding from NIH to really get into this. And get
really? So
I'm excited. It's just started. But it's going to take about 5 to 10 years to really figure out if there is truly a benefit of it.
Wow. So that would mean to me, in my mind, trying to figure this out, how you use that information is you would label the blood with a zip code or something.
Well, see, that's what we're curious is if that's going to be one of the outcomes. What we're trying to, determine is if the blood that we collect in an area should stay in the area, not only because it's easier, it's the people who donate to this community are donating for this community, but also for a health reason.
That's interesting.
And that's one of the things we're determining. And we're doing this study in 2 different places. One's in a more of a rural area, and then one's in Atlanta. And we're really, it's curious to see if there's a difference between those two, because Atlanta's a more of a metropolitan area. People come from all over the country to live in Atlanta.
Wow.
And we're curious to see what the impact of it is.
I wonder if it's, like lifestyle, like this guy's a vegetarian and that guy's a meat eater, so don't go.
No, you know what? It's so far, I mean, they've done those tests.
Yeah.
But that diet doesn't have much to do with it at all.
Oh, really?
Lifestyle doesn't have anything much to do with it at all. It's more about your hereditary and your genes and
yeah, but if you live,
that's a much bigger impact.
But if you're saying where we live, my neighbor will be better off giving me blood than some guy in Atlanta.
That's because, in the rationale, the theory is that you're more likely to have more relatives in common with the person who lives next to you than the person who's in Wisconsin right now. That's what they're talking about.
Even Robin?
It has nothing to do with your lifestyle.
Robin is from Wisconsin.
So, right. So right. So, but where does her family live? Where's her genealogy at? That's more of what we're looking at.
Wow, interesting.
All right, I have some more things that scientists figured out. That was very interesting. So we'll take a little break and be right back with Galen Unold after the break.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine on this Tuesday, but cool with a high of just 53 to 57. Mainly clear and cold tonight, lows ranging from about 30 well inland to 42 along the coast. For Wednesday, partly sunny and noticeably milder in the afternoon, high 62 to 66. For Thursday, some sun followed by increasing clouds, high 68 to 72. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, Robin, my friend's mother is getting out of the hospital and needs rehab before she goes home. Do you know of a rehab you'd recommend?
Sure. Our friend Jan Marino works at Palm Garden, and she's always talking about the work they do there.
Great idea. I'm going to call Jan right now. What's the number?
854-6262.
I'll call 854-6262, or I might just stop by Palm Garden. It's at the corner of 27th Avenue and 34th Street.
Great. I'll go with you.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Cats are curious, and one of the biggest mysteries to a cat is a closed door. That's why they try to scoot inside with us or stick a paw under the door to get our attention. A lot of women like tattoos on their feet and ankles, which can easily be shown off by wearing sandals or going barefoot. But since there's so little fat in those areas, be prepared to really grit your teeth while you're getting inked. Did you know the latest research tells us rude behavior can become contagious?
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Enrich your life at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Here, century-old oak trees surround stunning homes, the finest resort-style amenities, and a stately clubhouse. Our exceptional golf course will host the 2016 Coates Golf Championship presented by R&L Carriers. And here you can savor a luxurious lifestyle that's second to none. Call 352-369-6969 for more information on our available real estate options and to schedule a home tour.
The play How I Learned to Drive is live on stage at the Ocala Civic Theater January 14th through the 24th. Lil Bit is an outsider, and she feels an odd kinship with Uncle Peck, a charming Southern gentleman, until he turns predatory and molests his young niece during so-called driving lessons in his Buick Riviera. This Pulitzer Prize-winning drama is intense and at times shockingly funny. This play contains strong adult themes and language. Tickets are $25 for adults, $12 for students.
Located in Ocala, Rinstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Rinstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Rinstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Rinstar at 352-629-5800.
All right, 22 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Don't forget to thank the two sponsors for Galen's appearance, Penn Flooring and Palm Garden. Penn Flooring provides quality customer service, beautiful flooring. Go check out the showroom if you're remodeling or maybe building something from scratch. They have some beautiful choices, whether it's carpeting or wood flooring or tile or linoleum. Go to 1201 Southwest 17th Street and look at the showroom over at Penn Flooring and thank them for sponsoring this segment with Galen Unold and LifeSouth. And also thank the folks over at Palm Garden. Also, they have a beautiful facility not too far from the Paddock Mall. They will take care of your loved ones. They have skilled nursing there. It's an important thing to remember. All facilities, by the way, do not have skilled nursing, just so you know that. And, of course, it's a great place to be for long-term health care and respite and rehab, etc. Go check it out, and thank Palm Garden for sponsoring the segment we do with Galen and LifeSouth as well. All right. So we're talking about things that scientists finally figured out, and I did start out with the popcorn. It's not as interesting to me as some of them, but since I mentioned it, let me tell you what it is. Ready? So I think the blood one was one of the most interesting ones.
That was fascinating.
And Galen elaborating on it really made it even better. All right. Through high-speed imaging and thermodynamic analysis, scientists decided to explore how popcorn jumps, where the popping sound comes from, and what temperature produces the most popped kernels. They found that temperature is the crucial factor. When the kernel is heated, the moisture inside the kernel turns into water vapor and expands against the hull, which then fractures into a billowy white flake. According to research, the French scientists found that 180 degrees Celsius, which is 356 Fahrenheit, is the perfect temperature to pop corn. Below that, fewer kernels will pop. When the critical temperature is reached, A leg protrudes from the grain. As the leg heats up, it jumps into the air. But instead of a rocket effect, the kernel performs a maneuver like a running gymnast turning a somersault. There you go.
That is cool.
They got funding for that? All I know is my microwave has a sensor button. I just push that button. It says popcorn, and no matter what size bag I put it in there, it pops it perfectly.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. So that was, like I said, that wasn't as interesting to me as some of these other ones. So, all right. So let me get to the one about the Guinness. This might be the one. This might be like mansplaining. This might be the one you take home with you. Keep with you for a while.
Yeah, I'm going to have to order a Guinness and then something else and then watch the bubbles.
All right. It doesn't happen every time, it says, but when it does, it's a pretty good trick. Sometimes the bubbles in a glass of Guinness go down when we would expect them to go up. Stanford University chemists decided to find out why.
Okay. There you go. But they got a lot of people volunteering for that test.
It turns out that the bubbles in the middle of the glass do go up. However, as the liquid circulates from the middle of the glass toward the sides and down again, it pulls the bubbles down with them. The answer turns out to be really simple. Stanford professor Richard Zare explained. The bubbles go up more easily in the center of the beer glass than on the sides because of the drag of the walls. As they go up, they raise the beer, and the beer has to spill back, and it does. It runs down the sides of the glass carrying the bubbles, particularly little bubbles, with it downward. After a while, it stops, but it's really quite dramatic, and it's easy to demonstrate. The carbon dioxide in many other beers is more likely to dissolve into the liquid. That's why many people, including some scientists, thought that the nitrogen in Guinness bubbles, or the shape of the glass that typically is poured into, was the reason that Guinness bubbles go down. But Stanford researchers found that it can occur with any liquid in a variety of different glass shapes.
Oh, okay.
So there's your answer.
Fascinating.
I don't even understand.
Like gravity wins.
I don't even understand what I just
Gravity
read.
wins. I don't either, Larry. It's way over my head.
Yeah, but if you
you know what we do? We'll just say it's interesting. It's interesting.
It's interesting. Yeah, it goes down. So we have to. Bubbles don't go down in a soda.
No.
Well, if you pour them outside the glass, they do. Isn't that what it's saying? It's saying it went down when it was outside the glass.
No, the bubbles go down. They push up the beer, and then the beer goes down on the outside of the glass. It overflows.
I thought they were talking about the bubbles on the outside, inside the glass.
That's what I thought you said. I just said inside and pushes outside. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's crazy. That's easy to see.
This is like the time you were trying to explain something to me with the train, with the electricity. I had no idea what you were talking about.
Oh, with the train? The train.
I had no idea.
See, that one stuck with you. That one stuck with you.
On the platform.
As the bubbles go up.
Yeah, but I don't remember any more of it than that. Something about seconds on a train or something like that. I don't get it.
Yeah, but now are they
What if they were
tilting?
aliens?
When you
I don't
tap a
understand.
beer, you need to tilt the glass. Now, are they tilting the glass when they tap it, or is the glass straight up? And
I'm going to
then
have
they
to
let
watch
the
a
beer hit
video.
the bottom?
If all they're saying is that when suds go down the side of a glass, it goes down, that's crazy. That's not.
That's what I thought you said.
That's not a mystery.
That's what I thought you said. Like I do it with root beer. I don't have to buy it. Because I can't drink an entire Guinness. I'm not a Guinness guy. But like, have you ever had a Guinness that's really thick?
Yeah, it's
brown
dark.
beer.
Yeah, it's
really
very,
thick.
very
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's thick, and it's like a meal. So I'm not a big Guinness guy.
We had a Guinness.
All right, here's.
occasionally.
Let me do one more because that one wasn't even interesting to me. I thought it would be. All right,
Okay.
one more because
You know what, Larry? That one feels flat.
it did. All right, here's how alligators move silently through the water. Then we have to go.
Okay.
Alligators don't have fins, but they can swim better than some fish because they have an internal flotation device. No, it's not that. It's the lungs.
Bladder.
They have special muscles that alter the position of their lungs. The gases in the lungs act like an internal flotation device. By using these muscles, an alligator can shift its lungs toward the tail to dive and then toward its head to surface. And they can move
How does
it
that make them silent?
because they can move that back and forth without moving their legs.
Yeah, the legs just hang there,
Yeah.
and the body. And
They just move that gas back and forth, and that's how they move through.
You know what, Larry? Now the next time I wrestle one, I'll know why he's so quiet.
All right, 18 seconds. Where's the Bloodmobile?
That was great, Larry. I think you should have finished with the blood one. Where are we today? We're at the Centers today, which is not far from where you guys are at right now.
Not too far.
Centers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good people over there.
Yep.
All right, Galen. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Have a
All right,
be
thanks,
warm.
Larry.
Be warm.
Have a Guinness.
I'm going to try.
Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. Stocks on Wall Street ready for a rebound after Friday's massive sell-off. Global markets higher after a key report out of China.
The Chinese GDP growth came in at 6.8% in the fourth quarter, meeting expectations but falling from the third quarter. For the full year of 2015, the grade is finally here. Expansion slowed down to 6.9%. That's the slowest in 25 years. But despite this fall, Asian markets really rallying.
Jill Kent with the Fox Business Network. A Senate committee getting ready to vote on changes to school nutrition standards.
The legislation revises healthier meal standards to give schools more flexibility in what goes on lunch trays, and also eases requirements on whole grains and delays tighter standards for lower sodium levels.
Fox Radio Switzerland, and still no luck in the search for 12 Marines missing after 2 choppers crash off the coast of Oahu. Fox News, we report. You decide.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Happy New Year and howdy, folks. Did you ever have someone get fresh with you? RL here to tell you what to do. Just get along down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs and keep your New Year's resolution to eat fresh. That's right, fresh garden salads topped with crunchy fried or grilled chicken and fresh banana shake or a banana split. That's the kind of fresh folks like at Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where they all eat like kings and queens.
Enrich your life at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. Here, century-old oak trees surround stunning homes, the finest resort-style amenities, and a stately clubhouse. Our exceptional golf course will host the 2016 Copes Golf Championship presented by R&L Carriers. And here you can savor a luxurious lifestyle that's second to none. Call 352-369-6969 for more information on our available real estate options and to schedule a home tour.
The play How I Learned to Drive is live on stage at the Ocala Civic Theater January 14th through the 24th. Lil Bit is an outsider, and she feels an odd kinship with Uncle Peck, a charming Southern gentleman, until he turns predatory and molests his young niece during so-called driving lessons in his Buick Riviera. This Pulitzer Prize-winning drama is intense and at times shockingly funny. This play contains strong adult themes and language. Tickets are $25 for adults, $12 for students.
At Ameris Bank, we understand that there is no purchase more exciting than the purchase of a new home. We are dedicated to helping you find the mortgage that meets your needs and giving you the personal attention you deserve. Our mortgage options offer a variety of benefits, including up to 100% financing, down payment assistance, and expansive credit qualifications, all with the competitive rates and exceptional service. Call Ameris Bank today or visit amerisbank.com to learn more. We look forward to serving you.
Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender and member of FDIC, a loan subject to credit approval.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday at 9 9 a.m. on planning for a better and safer retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Station 1370